Welcome back, everybody. I have a guest in all the way from Chicago. His name is Nick. Very interesting story. And like most of the people on this podcast, they have a journey from somewhere to a new place in their life. And this is a new chapter in the gentleman's life, and he's going to tell us all about it.
So my name's Nick. I'm from California originally. I've been in Chicago for about 9 years. Back in December, we were supposed to be moving from Chicago to Miami. The day that I was moving, I caught a Fed case that I'm currently beating, hopefully. I'm just working on that currently with my lawyers, and kind of had to change my whole life, and it was a complete 180. And so now I started day trading, been very, very successful with that really fast. I actually started a group called Found the Glitch. So our whole goal is to show people that they don't need to just be on the streets. They don't need to be out there hustling, so to speak. You could hustle on the day charts. You could hustle with the real estate. And my whole purpose now is to help people with the real estate and with the trading.
Yeah, 100%. And what a lot of people don't know is that you're into a lot of different things in your life. You're an entrepreneur at the heart of everything. And that's super impressive to me personally, is because you have so many different styles of business across the board over the duration of your life. And I'm kind of most interested in that, and I think the audience will kind of agree, is that a lot of those things aren't super exciting, but they're very profitable. 100%. And kind of want to talk about that because those are within reach of most people. Correct. And most people in the United States are stuck in that 9 to 5. They're on the hamster wheel, 100%. And they're barely making it. So let's talk about it real quick after we get to your backstory on where you come from. So how did you grow up, man? Because I don't know really a lot about your life, and that's important for you to connect with the audience. So kind of dive into, like, how'd you grow up?
So I grew up in a single family home. My mom raised me. My dad actually committed himself when I was actually on his lap when I was 2 years old.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so I don't remember it, at least, for the most part.
Thank God.
But kind of grew up, my mom paycheck to paycheck. My dad left her in debt in the 90s, which is not.
Yeah.
So, I had to, from a young age, I started working. That's what I had to do.
Right.
My mom literally had no money. Now she's retired. I take care of her. But grew up single family, brother, 2 sisters, and my mom just busted her ass, and I just didn't want that for myself. Right. I wanted to make sure I took care of my mom. That was my number one goal.
That reminds me, a lot of entrepreneurs have that journey of struggle, and especially when they're younger, single mothers, really not a father in the place, and then they have to figure out how to be the man in the house over time. And what would you say personally did that part of life teach you? Do you do better as a father today?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I grew up without a father, so now my wife will say it, I'm the easy one because I can't say no to my daughter.
Right.
It's hard to do, but it made what I grew up with, I wouldn't want my kid to have. Right. I mean, we ate whatever my mom could make at the time. We shared rooms, stuff like that. I'd wear my brother's clothes, and that made me not want to have that life for my kids.
Yeah, 100%. I grew up single mother. My mother shot my father in front of me when I was 5. He lived drugs, alcohol. Both people were into drugs and alcohol. And then, my mom struggled. She was a bartender. She worked nights. She was never present. Yeah. I came home when I'm 5 to an empty house, and we had no electricity in the winter sometimes, no food to eat, just no medicine when you're sick, just a struggle. And that really put a massive amount of urgency on my life to solve that for my family. And as a father of a daughter, I don't think I've ever told that little woman no ever in my life. I think that's the only woman I can't say no to.
Yeah, it's impossible. I mean, I think she has like 1,000 Build-A-Bears at this point.
Yeah, easily. That's just
she's
what Dad
getting
said.
another one right now while I'm here.
That's the negotiation. Okay, so in that transition, talk about, if you can, your kind of the transition into manhood and kind of where your life ended up, because you're not that old. You're your early 30s, and you're doing a lot of big things in life. So kind of what did your 20s look like, and how did you end up,
I was in the gym life. I did bodybuilding shows when I was younger, kind of fell out of that just because I was taking too much stuff and fell off really bad. I got a job at LA Fitness selling personal training. That turned into something else. And then from there, I moved to Chicago. I was working for a gym called Export, making good money in my mid 20s, early 20s, really good money. But I was literally working 5 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Yeah,
5, 6, 7 days a week sometimes.
Yeah.
I ended up actually losing my job there, which was the best thing that ever happened to me. And I kind of found a few other stuff, and just kept hustling and working my ass off, and started opening businesses from that. Car wash, exotic car rental company, a few bars in New Orleans, real estate company. So I'm doing decent, and obviously I want to keep growing it. Now I have a trading community as well.
I mean, that's humble. He says I'm doing decent. He just rattled off, more businesses than, most people could imagine in life. I am interested in the car wash because I understand those are high cash flow,
Yeah.
typically, and high profit margins with low overhead to start. So how did you get into car wash? Did you watch something? Did a friend say, hey, we got to get in this car wash biz?
So I was just researching what businesses are good. My friend actually owned the car wash.
Oh, dope.
That the first one I bought, and he wasn't doing well at all. I'm like, all right, hold on, let me run some numbers.
Right.
And I kind of just got thrown into it.
Sure.
I took over it, I marketed it well, and from there it kind of just started blowing up. Now I have all my friends that have sports supercars bringing in their cars for detail, and we kind of just kept running it up and adding stuff as the business went on, and kept multiplying from there.
Yeah.
But I mean, a car wash is very easy to open, especially if you're doing a hand car wash.
Right.
All you need is a decent warehouse with an in and outside, and enough to be able to fit 4 or 5 cars in.
That's crazy, but that's everything. That's everywhere almost.
Yeah, and a busy street helps. Like the street that I was on is a very, very busy street. There's probably at least 1,000 to 2,000 cars driving throughout it per day minimum. Probably way more than that's being modest.
Right.
But just the fact of you have to have traffic. You have to be in a high area spot. We don't have any car washes within 4 miles of the car wash, and
Perfect.
it does very, very well because of it.
Yeah, it crushes it. I mean, I take my car and they juice me every time, but everybody needs a clean car.
No, but think about it. The average human being, right? A car is one of the most expensive things they have to themselves.
Absolutely.
So they're going to take care of it, right? I mean, some people will get a car wash before they feed themselves to make sure their car looks nice for their friends and family and stuff like that, right? Yeah. Think about how many people, when we were growing up, right?
Right.
What's the first thing we ded before we went anywhere?
Wash the car.
Wash the car. Even if there was $10 in your bank account.
That's right.
Probably went. Even if it was one of those car washes or even at your house, you washed your car.
That's right. We absolutely did. We'd wash the car, we'd wax it, get it all cleaned up, and then go hit the strip,
Exactly.
Talk to the little ladies out there if we could.
Exactly.
We were just being dudes. And,
Exactly.
The car defines a lot. I mean, most men are judged off of a few things, how attractive their female is, how nice their car is. And I'm not talking, the hyper car, that's not nice. If you're stuck with a Toyota Camry and you take really good care of it, and that thing is just pristine, that actually demands a lot of respect. But if you open the door and all your junk's falling out, it looks like a bomb blew up inside.
No one's gonna get in the car with you.
Yeah, no one takes you seriously.
No.
When you open up a car and it looks like brand new, a showroom car, like, okay, yeah, this guy's about it. And then then we judge you off the rest of you.
I mean, if you have a dirty car, you probably have a dirty house and so on and so on.
Dirty life, dirty morals, dirty all kinds of stuff. Dirty minds.
I mean, I don't think I've had one person I've done business with that was good business that had a dirty car.
Yeah.
The 3 people I can think of that screwed me over the worst, now that I look back, had the most fucking dirty car. Open the door and there's bottles falling out.
Yeah, there's a parallel.
I mean, it kind of works.
It's there's a cliche saying, how you do one thing is how you do everything.
Yeah.
That seems too simple, but it's really real.
I mean, if you can't keep your car clean, clearly you're doing something wrong.
That car is just a great reflection of who you are. It really is.
You're probably a lazy bastard if you're not cleaning your car.
Lazy daisy. You're into the car wash stuff, and you have a couple other businesses. It's kind of scary to me because there's not a lot that backs it.
In high school, there was this kid that everyone would pick on. And I kind of became friends with him and made sure no one picked on him. And to this day, we're really good friends.
Yeah.
And he's the one that told me about in 2014. He told me about Ethereum in 2018. He told me about Solano. I think it was 2018 or 2019. So he kind of was the one that told me everything about crypto. He's like, hey, just put some money in this.
Yeah, just hold it.
And I mean, he wasn't wrong.
Yeah, you just started and moving into. Are you into day trades or are you into long term?
So I do both. The good thing about day trading is you can literally get in and out within seconds. I like day trading because you can either buy or sell. Right. It depends on the day. For example, if you buy it today and it goes down tomorrow, you're losing money.
Sure.
Day trading, it's really you reading the market. It's going up or down. You get to pick to either buy or sell.
Right.
You leverage the money properly. So I mean, you can buy. It's literally you can buy, sell. It's the perfect thing, and the best thing about it, unlike any other business, it's you and just you.
Yeah.
You don't have to rely on Bob showing up or anything like that. You don't have to worry about if you fail yourself. If you win by yourself.
Yeah, it's just no overhead.
Exactly. And I mean, if you're a guy that has that eager to want to move up, and all you don't want to do is rely on yourself, trading's the perfect thing. Yeah. Because all you have to do is rely on yourself.
Yeah.
Learn the craft and go. I mean, when I initially became and started doing my own businesses, I mean, we keep pushing it higher and higher and higher. That's just being a man. That's how it's going to happen. You start here, you end here. You know, it's just that's what's going to happen. You
can't help it. Once your trading, your operational account gets so big, you're like, why not? We just
So now I set goals that seem unachievable. So when I achieve them, they mean something.
Right.
You know,
that's how you progress in life. You take bigger and bigger numbers on the chart, but the risk is relatively the same.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so doesn't matter. This is where our paths crossed because I came from San Diego. San Diego is practically a retirement community.
Yeah.
Really, realistically, it's so sleepy when I go back. Like, where are all of the attractive people? Where are the exotic cars? There's no action. I go to a restaurant. They do treat you very nice in a couple of the restaurants there, but it's just so different. And there's things I miss, but Miami's wild. Yeah, Miami's like just the pulse of a city. What made you want to leave from Chicago and come to Miami? What drove you?
I mean, one, the cold, but the main reason is in Chicago, when I'm hanging out with people,
right,
I'm the biggest person in the room, and that's a problem.
Okay, yeah.
Right? If you want to level up in life, if you want to be more successful, in Chicago with the clique of what I do for a living and all that, every time I'm in a room, there's not a bigger person in the room.
Yeah.
I mean, we worked out this morning, and look who's in the room.
Exactly.
Right?
Everyone's a millionaire. I'm the brokest dude standing next to these guys, and that's exactly the room you want to be. Because who do you think's next, realistically?
Exactly.
They push you.
I mean, if you hang out with four dudes that have Lambos, you're gonna become the fifth that has Lambo.
100%.
You hang out with four people that hang out in their mom's basement, smoking weed all day.
Yeah, you're
and
just
being
gonna
a
smoke
bum,
weed.
you're gonna become the fifth bum.
They look to you to elevate them, and you need to be in different rooms.
It's just how it works. So the main reason, one, is I don't want to be in a room where I'm the top dog.
Yeah.
Right. Eventually, my goal in Miami is to be the top dog in every room I walk into.
Sure.
But in order to do that, I need 20, 30, $50 billion.
Yeah, that's crazy.
If not, right? So there's a lot of room for that to improve, right?
True. Yeah.
But in Chicago, I walk in a room and it's like, all right, hi, cool, bye. Like I don't even want to do anything. It's boring.
Right.
So like at least here, you know, I'm getting in rooms and the people in rooms are pulling up in $5-6 million cars.
Yeah, it's nuts.
You know, they're pulling up in this. They got their shit going for them.
They're locked in,
right? And so in order to level up in life, you have to be in a room surrounded by people that are doing it bigger than you, 100%. So that it pushes you to do bigger.
Right. And the beautiful part about that is that you're one conversation away from probably a whole new level of life, because they know if you're in a room with 10 entrepreneurs and all those entrepreneurs are doing bigger things, and any one of those guys becomes an advocate of what you do. Yeah. You know what I mean? They put you on game. They have this opportunity. They're like, hey, I got this thing I'm not really interested in. It's more something that I think would fit your world. And like, you want to take a look at it, we can walk through the numbers, and you're like, boom. And that could be, you know, some entirely new endeavor that just propels you into the next level.
It literally just happened last night. We're at Poppy Steak waiting for our table, and whoever's been Poppy Steak, you wait 20, 30, 50 minutes longer than your actual set time, which is crazy. But we're at the bar just waiting, and I don't drink.
Yeah.
You know, my wife had a drink, and we're sitting there, you know, and the guy sitting next to me is like, "Oh, how long have you been waiting?" We started talking. Guy owns a bunch of oil rigs throughout all of Texas. Got his number, started talking to him. Yeah, there's very successful people in Chicago, but Chicago's not the Chicago it used to be.
Yeah.
Chicago completely changed. I mean, 5 years ago versus now, Chicago is not the same city. They ran that into the ground.
Yeah.
And so I need to be around people that are going to help me level up and make me step up on my game. Otherwise, what's going to happen? You get bored, you get lazy, and you stop
You make
producing.
mistakes, yeah. You
Exactly.
complacent. Yeah, no, I get it, man. San Diego, I had to leave it. And I came specifically to Miami for a similar reason, is to challenge myself in ways that I hadn't really done in the entrepreneurial space. I could have just stayed in San Diego and been very comfortable. But here, you know, it's a whole new level of the game. They call it the Miami effect, but there's so much opportunity here because there's so much revenue and entrepreneurs and visitors that flow through Miami at a different level. It's just an interesting spot. It's an easy way to lose your way.
Yeah.
But if you're really locked in on a singular goal, it's a very easy place to really excel also.
I mean, you could lose your way anywhere you go.
That's true.
Right?
That's
but,
true.
I mean, yeah, you can go to the clubs and go crazy, but that life's long.
Yeah,
gone,
I don't do
right? Yeah, no one wants to do that. I'm here to make money. I'm here to create generational wealth. I'm here to lock in with people that are going to help me push and level up in life. Exactly.
If I had a positive effect from using drugs and alcohol, I'd be doing it right now. But I don't. It takes me off my game.
When I used to drink and do blow and all that crazy, fuck that. It's not fun. Like I look back at it and I get tired just thinking about it. But it's just, you know, I enjoy that I had that part of my life, but I'm happy I got out in an early age and now I have the rest of my life to level up and keep going. Because at the end of the day, all you have when you die is your family, right? What they remember, and that's it, right? So my goal is to create generation wealth that 5 generations from now, they're still rich because of what I did.
Right. And what would you say, in your opinion, kind of the things that you're kind of looking into? What do you think is the biggest opportunity for generational wealth that you see from your perspective?
Real estate. I mean, it goes up, right? Real estate, though, too, you know, new construction, Section 8, stuff like that, locking in properties. Think about what people bought houses for in the 60s versus what they're buying. I mean, generational wealth will come with real estate. It can come with the cryptocurrency, or you create something like, you know, an app, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, look how much money Facebook is worth now. They're worth trillions of dollars.
Yeah,
right?
it's crazy. Yeah, services, software, all kinds of apps.
There's so many different avenues of generation wealth. You just have to figure out your niche and what works for you to create it. Yeah. For me, I personally think it's going to be real estate and crypto.
Something better.
Exactly.
Yeah, something better and new. Yeah. That's the thing. You got to get on that new wave and take advantage of it.
Get in small. No one even knew what was 10 years ago.
True. Never even heard of a fucking thing. Tell someone tried to pay for something and once I was like, I don't know what that is. What are you talking about?
There's no excuse if someone doesn't want to work a 9 to 5, they should.
Right.
All it takes is to learn how to trade. I mean, you can make that. You can make that per week if you trade properly.
Yeah, with very little overhead, very safely as well. So, but you know what? Those people are destined to be there because they refuse to take a risk.
No, for sure.
They need that reliable paycheck that comes in every time, whether they're sick, you know, whether they're moving slow. It doesn't matter how many boxes they seal up. They just need that steady hourly paycheck, and they're unfortunately exactly where they belong. Yeah, no, they just won't take the risk.
I mean, I've been a risk taker my whole life.
I understand.
I'm probably never going to stop being a risk taker. You can ask my wife. I wake up with a different idea every day almost.
No, yeah, I see it. I see it. And I don't even know you that well, but I see you have entrepreneurs have several traits that I've noticed consistently. They move quickly. They work very hard. A lot of people think it's easy, but entrepreneurs will put in a 20, 30, 40-hour week on a run-up, no problem.
I mean, it's more than 40-hour weeks.
They don't care. Like they'll just work through the night, like no sleep.
For sure. Yeah.
And then they move very quickly and they take risks. Yeah. Those are the kind of the pillars that I notice in entrepreneurs. And typically, a lot of entrepreneurs, although they pride themselves on saying they're not that smart, they might not be overall massively educated, but typically they're quite intelligent people. Yeah. And what makes them intelligent is they observe things and then they make micro
Exactly.
applications against what they learn fast.
Exactly.
Real fast.
It-
If you mentioned something to you yesterday, the likelihood that if it seemed realistic that you would do research or apply it today would be really high.
No, for sure. I mean, the fact is, every day I'm learning, and I personally don't think I'm one of the smartest people in the world, right? But I'll outwork the smartest people,
Yeah, you
right?
need, you need to
I'll
work.
out hustle them, right? Numbers are my thing. Don't ask me to read because I ain't happening. I read Audible. That's what I use to better myself personally. But you know, I have what I'm good at and I have what I'm not good at.
Sure.
But what I've learned is how to delegate what I'm not good at.
Right.
Paperwork. I have someone for that. Taxes. I have someone for that. LLCs, trusts. I have someone for that.
Right.
What I'm good at is running up the bag and making money, no matter what it is. All the other stuff, I find the right people for it.
Sure. No, that's good.
Right.
Ability to hire experts or people, be able to see a quality employee is an actual high level skill.
Yeah,
That's
for
not
sure.
easy because when you are hiring people, I've hired hundreds of employees before, and you get about a 1 to 2 out of 10 that are worth anything.
No, for sure.
really. So being able to hire quality employees matters a lot.
I mean, I have employees that are probably smarter than me, but I just have the hustle and the outwork.
Yeah, that's it.
know?
They're good at their thing.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like
specialize.
I'm a firm believer you can take everything away from me. Every dollar, throw me anywhere in the world, come back max 6 months, probably 3 months, max 6, and I'll have it figured out. I'll be driving something nice. I'll be living somewhere nice, and I'll be eating nice meals every night.
Yeah, you've already proved that though, but that's a skill set.
Yeah.
That's a skill set. So an entrepreneur has several pillars of things they must master. Lead flow, right? If you have a business, you need leads. If you can't do leads and marketing, there's the number one issue in all the businesses that I've helped over the last 36 months, lead generation. They have a fundamental marketing problem. If you master that, then all you have to do is figure out sales and fulfillment, which is, you sound like you're pretty good at sales. And then after that, it's a fulfillment challenge in administration. And you can hire the admins. Fulfillment is usually easy because it's not a product issue. You're good. You're good to go.
I mean, I can sell. I could sell and I could sell all day.
You have to believe in your product to sell it. I do. And my product is me. Me is the business.
And to be completely honest, I wasn't even into the talking or Instagram or anything like that until recently.
Right.
You know, I feel like I could help a lot of people.
You really could.
And, you know, I got with Wes and he's showing me a whole new different aspect of stuff.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't about Instagram at all. If you would have asked me back in October even, oh, are you going to do something? No.
Yeah.
No.
Hell no.
But, you know, shit happens in life and
It's an opportunity.
we're all given opportunities and, you know, when life hits you, you have to change up, especially as a man. You can either be depressed about your circumstances, you could either hate what's going on, or you can literally wake up the next day and act like it didn't fucking happen.
Right.
And that's something I'm very, very good at. Whatever happened yesterday.
Can't control it.
And it's out of my hands. And I could either be a little bitch about it and cry about it and go and lay in bed all day and whine about it, or I can wake up and go grind, go hustle, do what I do best. Like I said, take it all away and I'm gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, the
right?
skill.
And so that's kind of what I want to teach people is the ability, whatever the glitch is, so to speak, in the matrix, you have to figure out which your glitch is.
Yeah.
Right. For me, there's multiple things I can do. Right. And that's why I'm doing multiple things.
Yep.
But for the average person, find that one thing and fucking stick to it until you are successful, and then add another one.
Yeah.
And another one.
What most people don't do is they don't, where I think most people fail when they're starting a business or any skill development is they don't use a revenue feedback loop into themselves. So where they'll get a course or a mentor or something, they stop right there and they don't leverage their new revenue to build new and more skill, to become better and better faster. And they have a slow skill development arc. And that destroys most entrepreneurs. Whereas someone that's obsessive and is just putting 100% into developing the skill and mastering it
You can make money overnight if you do it.
I'm not. I get
Yeah,
obsessive.
I
I get
can't.
obsessive.
I'm super obsessive.
I'll tell you a story right here is that I left a 9 to 5 and I left a 9 to 5 with no employment. And I didn't even have an idea what I was going to do.
Yeah,
I just
same.
knew I'd figure it out.
Yeah.
And I had a nest egg built up and I ran across Wes and I just started doing videos as like therapy to give back to people. And I did it for free. And I did it until I was good. And one day that dude noticed what I was doing. He said, "Hey, your shit's good." I'm like, it just went over my head. I was like, "Yeah, sure. Yeah, thank you." Like I didn't even, I was like, he's just being nice. That's not that guy for one. And then eventually it just rolled into a 7-figure business because I just outpaced the other people. And I went and got new skill and I mastered the thing until I was bringing in leads. And now we have a fulfillment issue.
I mean, no one realizes by mastering something that they might not even know will make them money.
Sure.
Can make you fucking rich.
Yeah.
As long as if you do it right.
I didn't intend to make money with it. I actually gave away every piece of content that I had for almost a year to force myself to give to people because I was very transactional in life. And if I wasn't getting something out of it, I wouldn't do it back. And that's super toxic. I know that's the way the world mostly works, but I needed to go into monk mode and start giving back.
No, for sure.
And that ended up being one of the most pivotal moments of my life.
No, for sure. I mean, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, if you would tell me I was sitting in this seat talking on a podcast, I would have laughed in your face, pointed at you and said, "You're crazy.
You're crazy. You're full of shit." I'd never do that.
Like, fuck, who the fuck is this guy?
I used to make fun of influencers when, you know, when I had a quote unquote real job. I used to make fun of it. It was like,
I mean,
what the fuck are they doing? And then I saw some, what's her name? Biles, the Olympian girl, the short Tumblr girl.
I mean, you could sell. I mean, I've heard of girls selling their farts on the internet. Like,
wow,
you can sell anything, I guess.
Girls don't fart. You stop it. That's a rumor. That's unproven. Fact check. Where are my fact checkers on Meta right now? Google, do me a favor. Fact check that bullshit. Shut that down. Girls don't fart. I don't care what he just said. That's not possible. Never seen it. Never heard it. It doesn't exist. It's like Bigfoot.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. You could sell anything on the internet. So
yeah, I had people ask my girl for her chonies, her socks, like all kinds of stuff. I was like, sell that shit, girl.
Yeah. Someone asked for my chick's feet. I think it was like a year ago. They wanted feet photos with them wearing with her wearing. I guess they call it a thong.
What?
I don't know.
Like thong socks or something?
I don't know.
People are so creepy and weird.
I don't know.
It's so weird. This whole internet thing is impressive because such a massive opportunity to do business. Yes, you have to build trust and you have to have a product that's worth it, be able to speak on camera and move the information. But the opportunity that exists to put your message in front of a lot of people or your product or service is unparalleled.
No, for
and
sure.
a lot of times it's entirely free. Like we do 1.5 million views a month, which is on the small side of views, but imagine 10 football stadiums filled with your message, and that many Americans are watching you every month. That's crazy to me. It's like this old wildebeest fuck right here. People are like sitting down to watch my content and watch these podcasts with these interesting entrepreneurs. And I'm flattered. Two, I'm still shocked. I'm still shocked that many people would find me interesting enough to listen to me for 2 seconds, let alone that many people. It's crazy to me.
I mean, it means you're doing something right.
Doing something right. Hey, I remember the time when I put up a post, I think Meta slapped me in the face, said negative views. I was like, how did I get negative views? I think I got like 5 views my first video. I had no clue.
No, for sure.
No clue. It took me 8 hours. I wouldn't even look at the camera. I filled up my phone twice. And, I was just a stuttering, bumbling, idiot. Because I was like, what do I say to the world? And now people say, you talk a lot, Clinton. I was like, yeah, I have a lot to say.
I feel the same way. I feel like I have a lot to teach, a lot to show. I mean, like I said, I grew up with no money whatsoever. And I think my purpose is to show people how they don't have to be stuck hating life. Because I feel like there's a lot of people out there that fucking hate their life.
A ton, right? I agree.
And a lot of it has to do with money. Mm-hmm. Yes, they say more money, more problems, which is true. But at least when I'm dealing with my problems now, I had money to fucking handle it, and money's not a fucking issue.
I love that Wolf of Wall
And
Street quote.
exactly. And if my daughter or my wife wants something, they don't gotta ask. They just gotta say, "Can I get this?" And they still ask, but it's a yes automatically every time. Right.
But one of the worst
And
feelings is not being able to provide
I
for your
mean
family.
that's never going to be me.
Yeah.
I
I'd rather
mean,
die.
Yeah, I mean that's just it's not. Like I'm gonna figure it out one way or another, every day, every single time.
Yeah. That's the mark of a champion. That's the mark of an entrepreneur. I mean, there was something where someone said these wannabe entrepreneurs will talk about they don't have the money. And the Michael Mojo, one of the guys I know, he basically said, fold up your shop.
Yeah,
He's like, you aren't an entrepreneur. Go back to your fucking 9 to 5. Because you know what? There's never enough money to do what you need to do as an entrepreneur. You are always taking it to the highest level and all the way down to the bottom. Up, down, up, down. There is never a comfortable moment as an entrepreneur. It doesn't exist. And if you're comfortable, you aren't playing the game right. You aren't pressing the limits, because you're never going to leave this atmosphere where you're at if you're just not pushing the envelope of everything you're capable of to go to that next level. You have to be able to risk something to go somewhere.
100%.
That's it. I'll take it down to the fucking. I'll give some of my last my $400 just so I could go negative to force myself into
100%.
monk mode and starve.
I mean, life is it's a bunch of different chapters.
Yeah,
Right.
It is what it is.
It's you got to just keep pushing forward and bettering yourself. Right. I mean, my life completely changed in November. I mean, I caught that case at
that's a big one.
for some bullshit that I didn't even do, and I'm fighting it. I'm put up a bunch of stuff to be out free right now, and my job's to prove that I'm innocent, and I'm fighting a case that someone set me up, said I allegedly did this when it's literally a photo, the whole case.
Yeah, that's a pretty big
Right,
fucking case.
and-
Now, but that gives them the real reason for those things is they need a way in to look at everything else.
Yeah, exactly. That's all
That's
it is.
It's entirely probably bullshit. I mean,
It's just
look,
a cash grab.
Yeah, it's a cash grab. I mean, look at all those people that they got in the last political cycle.
It's all it is a money game at the end of the day.
If the man isn't getting his fair cut,
They want it. That's it.
they just want their piece.
Yeah, that's
it
all they
doesn't
care
matter
about.
what it is. That
All they care about is them getting paid.
I had one of my clients. He did. He's a serial billionaire.
Yeah.
And serial entrepreneur billionaire. Very nice guy. Extremely smart. Older gentleman. And the day before he's going to sell his company for, I want to say it was like 600 M's or something crazy. He got hit with an indictment from I don't know, it was like 11 attorney generals.
Yep.
And that's it. He's tied up in his case, and he thought they were going to settle, and they're pushing it out. He's like, it's so stressful. He's like, but eventually we'll get to the bottom.
Yeah, my buddy was supposed to sell his timeshare business for like 150 million. A week before the sale, he got sued, lost the whole company, almost went to jail. Thought he was going to come up 150 million, instead lost everything.
Yeah,
Had to
that
rebuild.
happens. It's
And guess what?
crazy.
And 5 years later, he already rebuilt.
Yeah, exactly. And you see all these cases. I mean, I follow some of these news cases. It's hard to tell what's real and stuff, but you'll see where these other businesses will slander other businesses. When I was in the defense industry, other contractors, when we go to prototype something, would report us for security violations so we couldn't demo our fucking product. And they were false allegations. That's how grimy money is at big levels. And then they would their shit they couldn't even get their shit operational. They would just sabotage the whole event by reporting security violations.
I mean, we have the world's full of grimy people.
I don't know what the facts are, and I hate to hate on someone. I mean, maybe she earned it. She's just brilliant, but there's too much.
I want those tax insights.
It's you know what? When you walk into a building and it's filled with gold bars, and it's not
you're
even
gonna
like
take some.
tracked, audited, or under security,
You're gonna take some.
The security guy's just gonna no one's gonna notice this one bar missing.
Or the 20 bars.
Exactly. I
Or
think
the 100 bars.
I think the politicians just have access to unparalleled
for
insider
sure.
information, and they can't help but get their hand in the cookie jar.
The other day, he tweeted to buy, and I bought, and that's when I made all that money.
If you listen to the guy up there and you pay attention, he telegraphs his moves like
for sure.
crazy.
No, for
Nothing's a surprise. Look, unless he's with his boys saying some shit he probably shouldn't say. He does a really great job of telegraphing the American people on exactly what he's about.
I mean, he's just trying to help out every individual.
I think he has. I personally, I'm not political, and I don't know what the man's going to do in life, but I personally think he has the overall greatest interest for our country.
No, for sure.
He has the greatest intent, but he's hyper intelligent. He's well paid, and he's interested in saving the taxpayer in our country a lot of money. And
I agree.
History will tell whether these were good guys or like the most evil, and that's just unfortunate. But I have a feeling that they're down a path that's gonna really shock some people.
No, I mean, I think they're gonna change the whole world.
Yeah, it's gonna change. We already see it as like the lowest inflation I think like history or something crazy. No. It was like last month.
No,
I guess nuts. So I don't know. I've had double-digit inflation before in California. I can tell you right now, it's not pleasant.
California is not fun.
California is so burnt.
That's why I left.
I'll never own anything, earn any kind of income through the state of California again. I'll visit.
Yeah,
yes, I'll visit.
It's nice for like a 4 or 5 day, and then, you know, just like Chicago, it's nice for 4 or 5 days.
Man, they got their hands so deep in your pockets. It's unfortunate.
I mean, they tax on your tax.
Exactly. Like,
and then tax on that tax.
What did Wes say? His Urus was 4 G's.
Yeah,
and his car over here
it's like $300.
It was like a couple hundred for his.
It's crazy.
His Bugatti.
My mom's has a Honda Civic, like a brand new one, and in California because that's where she lives. And it was like $800 for registration for a Honda.
That's fucking crazy.
It's crazy. Absolutely.
Yeah, my car was a few thousand. It's like nuts. Like, why so much?
Absolutely
here? It's
nuts.
like pathetic. Yeah. It's crazy. I pay more in insurance than I do in registration here, though. My insurance is about double. I haven't figured that out, but we'll see. Florida, can we do something about the insurance?
It's probably gonna be lower.
I'm gonna have to register it out of state. I think that's what I'm gonna do.
Montana.
Yeah, my chick has a Montana place, so I might have to do that. Fly over there and register my shit.
I mean, $200, you get any address, Montana. You got business.
No, I have an address. Hers.
And you're good.
I'm good. I'll put it under her name if I need to. Fucked. What? Why should we pay taxes? They don't. The country's not paying their own taxes. We're paying it for the country. So you know what?
I mean,
yeah. Tax law. Get a tax attorney. It'd be the best thing you ever did.
Everything. I have one.
I got one right now, saving my fucking ass. We're not doing that, homie. It's like, you're crazy. I was like, I'll rather die than pay you. I mean, it's like, you get capital gains off 30K, which is what, 10, 15%, something stupid. Like, no, we're good. Yeah, we're good. 3 G's is what I owe you. You're welcome.
That's crazy.
So in life now, you're here in Miami. You're going down this path of social media. Social media is very new. Kind of give us, what are your thoughts on social media? I know it's kind of crazy. Like, where are you going with this? I mean, you know, you what do you envision out of this?
So my goal is to have a community, which I already started. We have about 100 members already in the first 3 weeks of launching, to help people in day-to-day trading take that profit and get into new construction or Section 8.
Okay.
Right? Either one of those two. Or both, like I'm doing, you know, because new construction's fast money.
Right.
Section 8's long-term money.
Right.
You know?
It's good to have a little bit of both.
So when I'm 7 years old, I'm not going to want to be building houses, but my Section 8s could still be paying me. Right. So I want to show people how, with the money you can make trading, you know, you take that and you put into real estate and you keep doubling it up. You know,
high risk to low risk.
Exactly. And just think about it. Any billionaire, any millionaire, they probably have more than one sources of income. Right?
Typically, most millionaires hold real estate.
Yeah.
They make a lot of money in real estate. And most billionaires are company people.
Exactly.
Yeah, so they buy and sell companies.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm working on a company too right now, but that's for a different time.
A competitor to OF? I don't know.
No.
I'm kidding.
But so you know, that's the goal. But you know, my main goal is to help people,
right?
With Instagram, and these are people I would never reach in a million years, right? Have them, show them the ways with trading, show them the ways with real estate,
right?
I mean, those are the two aspects you can make a lot of money really, really fast.
Mm-hmm.
Schools were built for you to be stuck, right?
Schools build employees.
Exactly. That's why a school looks like a jail, in my opinion.
Very similar.
I mean, they're in the same. They use the same bus. For God's sakes.
Same food supplier.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, I mean, it's built for that. It's built to imprison your mind.
Yeah.
Built for you to listen to the man. No, you need to go out there and be the man.
Exactly.
You need to go out there and figure out a way to provide for your family. One thing for me, I'm never going to say no to my family because I'm always going to need to be able to provide for them, right? And so my goal as a man is to show other men, even women, right, how to get out of that crazy rat race, 9 to 5, being stuck,
Right.
never wanting more, right, mentality. Let's be honest. Most Americans, if they lost their job today, they're not even going to know what they would do tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
And that's
I
kind
like
of
it.
the message I want to give out there.
I like it, especially if you know what you're doing and you're seeing the results from the community. I mean, it's all that really matters, and it's relatively low risk. You take look. This is simple. Stop drinking. Stop doing drugs for 90 days.
And see what happens.
Go for walks. Move your body and focus on putting quality food in your body, and then take your excess revenue and invest in something like this. When I started my business, I looked at my travel and my travel fund and my bullshit. I have never in my life started a business.
No, 100%.
Simple math, people. Simple math.
It's crazy. I mean, you can literally change your whole life in 90 days.
I have 4 people I know. They're all under 30. They master lead generation in whatever business they do, and they grind. They make it happen. Yeah. And they start to know people that are doing things better than them. And it's really not that complicated. I mean, the average man out there just won't take a risk. They won't even go up to the beautiful woman that they drool over as she walks by, and those fucking assholes won't even go bother to talk to the girl of their dreams. And that's you. That is ridiculous that you wouldn't even take a risk. What is she going to say? No, you were already alone. Yeah, I mean, 1 in 100 is going to say, you know what? You're the nicest guy I think I've met all month. Please take me out. You don't know that, but it's possible. God, just try, gentlemen.
No, for sure. I mean, there's so many things we can do in this world, but so many people just get stuck.
Yeah.
And they're okay with staying the same.
Fear.
And not leveling up. They're okay with living in their mommy's basement.
Yeah.
They're okay with never talking to that pretty girl. They're okay with so much things, right? And their life could be so much better if they just go out there and actually hustle.
Just take
if they go out
little
there
risk
and they change, right? I mean, all they have to do is take a risk.
Take a risk on yourself. Like if you can't, the true problem is that they've never really committed to anything.
No,
so they're not going to commit to themselves. And the difference is that I'm committed as fuck to myself. And I look every single day, I create urgency in my life. I look at the world like I'm going to die today. This is my last day to live on the planet and I might not eat.
I mean, exactly. I mean, you just have to go out there and hustle. And on top of hustling, manifest what you want, right? Tell yourself in your brain, I'm going to be a fucking millionaire. I'm going to be a fucking billionaire. But then actually go out there and fucking get it.
Yeah, go do it.
A lot of these people, they think it, but then they don't go hustle it, right? Yeah. Like manifestation could be real as long as you hustle.
That's right. You have to have the vision.
Exactly. It's not going to happen by just saying it in your brain. You have to actually go out there and do it.
I manifested my exotic car. No, you didn't, motherfucker. You didn't manifest shit. Yeah. You worked your ass off, but you had a dream that you could go make that money.
You have to have that dream in order to see it.
Yeah.
But you need to go out there and actually do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Otherwise, nothing's ever going to change.
You're either on the sidelines watching other people play the game, and then you're calling out the plays like you're in it.
Exactly.
Or you're actually in the game taking the L's.
Exactly.
You're taking the snaps, you're running the ball, you're running some plays, and you're going to take some hits. And that's just normal. I've never met a single entrepreneur in my whole life that didn't have massive, unbelievable losses in their lives. We don't know every single day that they suffer, the days where they couldn't pay their rent, days where they were hungry.
It happens.
It happens. It happens to everybody. Almost everybody goes through struggle.
I mean, I've hit rock bottom plenty of times. I'll never go back there now, right? But I've hit it. I know how it feels, and I'll never let myself go there again.
Right.
But guess what? If I did, I'd build that shit back up in 3 months. I already found a new glitch. I already found what I want to do.
A new niche, you know? every time. And you follow the money.
And all it is having the same mentality, having the same mindset, having the same hustle, and never wanting to quit.
Yeah.
Going out there every fucking day so my family doesn't have to, and busting my ass. Right. Going out there and doing what a man's supposed to do. As a man, you're supposed to provide for your family. Otherwise, what the fuck are you doing?
So I take it. You're old enough. You seem like a legit man in this world. I mean, I feel it in my soul like I'm sitting next to like an actual man. which is kind of uncommon for a good chunk of the people that are going to watch this. When they look in the mirror, they don't see an actual man. I do, but I got to throw some jabs is because the difference is I see a lot of people online talking about men should split the fucking bill.
Fuck
and
that.
split the bills in the house. Look,
that's because
they don't have it.
They're
feminized men.
There we go.
I think in reality, if you were to ask any woman, if she was given a choice,
no woman wants that.
would
We
she
could
want to
bring-
do that? Let's go pick 10 off the street and do an interview. I guarantee you, if given a
It's
choice,
not
would you want to split the
possible.
bills or have your man pay the bills?
It's not possible. It's
And
not,
would you love him more or less?
Or you're not going to have a high valued woman.
Now you're gonna have some
Our
wildebeest.
job as a high value man is to provide, and their job is to take care of you and your needs.
Yeah,
right.
I'm traditional. I just call it traditional.
Yeah,
Look, my dad
exactly.
worked his ass off, paid most
And
of
your
the
mom
bills.
stayed home.
My mom did what she did. Like that was it. If there was anything grimy, he did it. He changed the tires. He mowed the lawn.
Yeah, as a man, you're supposed to provide, and the woman's supposed to take care of you. That's it. That's how it works.
Take care of the household, ladies. And I'm not saying don't work but that has to be something you want to, not have to.
I mean,
that's different.
Yeah, like my wife day trades, right? But that's her money. I don't even ask her about
Her
it.
money's always her money.
Yeah, I mean, that's her money. She uses my money, our money.
She uses your money to
our
buy
money,
you shit
our
on your
money,
birthday.
Yeah. Like she uses our money to do whatever she wants, but then she has her money. I don't ask about it. It's not my,
Yeah,
She asked me to put money in her trading account. I'm going to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's up to her.
That's what you're supposed to do,
That's her
gentlemen.
hobby. That's her hobby. But at the end of the day, if she doesn't want to do that tomorrow, she doesn't have to, because everything's going to be taken care of still.
How I give back to my partners, I try to teach them the skills that I have. So I ultimately, this is how I look at life, is if I pass away, I want to leave my partner something that they're good.
No, for sure.
A skill. And I definitely believe in skill. So I try my hardest to lay out whatever it is that we're doing and educate them on the process in case I'm not here. And look, you
I
can
do
take
the
this,
same thing.
apply it to this thing that you really love and use these steps and let's just work on these.
I mean,
together.
she knows how to do it. She just doesn't need to do it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like with the real estate, she knows everything how to do it, right? She just doesn't need to do it.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. She has options and opportunity.
I mean, she became my assistant pretty much, though. That's for sure.
That's good.
So,
I mean,
she helps me with whatever I need. If I need it, I try to do as many things as I can. But obviously,
you need to outsource that shit.
So,
She helps. She helps me growth.
She helps me when needs to be.
Well, she's someone you trust, and she understands how you do business. So
Exactly.
She's, I won't say she is an extension of your personality.
No, for sure.
Just by exposure.
No, for sure.
So oftentimes I don't personally look at my partner that way, but I know there is a large part of how they view the world is just by exposure to me.
100%.
And that's actually really beneficial is when they are dealing with business, they kind of understand how you execute. So they're a good person to talk to those older gentlemen that you want to kill. Have your chick do it like, yeah, can you call these 3 clients for me and kind of smooth them over? Because I really want to tell them to fuck off.
No, for
and
sure.
You won't. So please get that done for me. And they do. And it's like, oh yeah, they were so sweet to me. I was like, motherfucker, that asshole didn't answer me for 7 days. It's like I want to fucking shoot him. You know how it is. Like a sweet
100%.
girl on the telephone, an old ass dude would be like, oh yeah, whatever you need. Yeah, sweetheart, no problem. Yeah, can I send you anything? Do you need anything? You good? Is he really taking care of you? Oh, creeps. All right, man. We had a really great conversation here. I learned a lot about what you're into, about it. I'm sure there's going to be a lot more of these. I follow
100%.
you on Instagram. I love to see the hero's journey and some adversity in life. Not that I want to see people fail, but when they fall in that situation, I'm the biggest advocate of their success. Don't matter what it is. I don't judge people. And I would target the audience to be less judgmental about their fellow humans and observe their journey and their trials and tribulations, because
For sure.
no one's judging you. And I'm not judging you no matter where you're at. I want to see every person that watches this win and leave that 9 to 5 and start a business, their dream business,
100%.
and start small and get a mentor and an advocate that you respect and you connect with. And maybe that's someone like him. So pay attention to what these people are doing, because there's lots of opportunity right in front of your face. If you do not like your situation, learn how to take a risk, listen, be very coachable, and you can do very well, very rapidly with minimal overhead and investment of time and resources. You have it. You just won't take the risk. So my man here, close him out. Give him something to remember you by. And if you didn't notice his ginormous bling bling here on his wrist, that's why I got these shades on, is because the reflective energy coming off these lights and that the diamonds in that watch are like burning my retinas out. But go ahead, man. Hit him with it.
I mean, my main purpose is for each individual to just find their niche, go out there, hustle, and provide for their family.